What's good, people? Thank you as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so we are hearing that Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman is now close. We are hearing that they are in deep conversation and that fight will probably take place. This is according to Mike Coppinger. If you guys don't follow Mike Coppinger, please do. He is the source of knowledge when it comes to American boxing. He's saying that the fight will likely take place in July. So we're hearing that Manny Pacquiao will fight Keith Thurman for the WBA welterweight title in July. Good fight. I think it will be a good fight. I'm not too happy and too keen that Keith Thurman gets this opportunity. I think Keith Thurman has 110% ducked Errol Spence. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if he's coming off injury. I don't care what he's come off. He is ducking Errol Spence. And the fact he hasn't called out Errol Spence, but yet gets the lottery ticket, which is Manny Pacquiao. And it is a lottery ticket. He will get more money than he's ever earned in his life fighting Manny Pacquiao. Doesn't sit well with me. But what it does do is that we are, I think, possibly getting closer to having an undisputed welterweight king, right? Because there is talks now as well that Errol Spence will fight Sean Porter, the IBF champion fighting the WBC champion, in September. So let's just say that Keith Thurman beats Manny Pacquiao. It could happen. I think it's a very close fight, by the way. I think Pacquiao could shock, if he's not the favorite, could shock Keith Thurman. And let's say Errol Spence beats Sean Porter, which I think will happen. Then I think Keith Thurman then will have so much pressure on him to fight Errol Spence, that fight will be made for 2020 and 3 belts will be on the line. What that means for Terence Crawford, I don't know. Terence Crawford will somehow have to get his way into that mix. I think he will. I think he will. There are options there for him to do so, I'm hearing about. But I think we could have an undisputed welterweight champion if these fights are made early 2020. But Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao is an interesting one. Manny Pacquiao still has it. What I don't think he does have is the punch power anymore. And he still can throw, I don't know, as many punches as he throws around, 80, 90 punches around. He still can hurt his opponents. But in terms of that Manny Pacquiao that kind of ran through Cotto and Hatton, that Pacquiao that beat Margarito, that Pacquiao that has speed and punch power, that Pacquiao doesn't exist anymore. And obviously he's coming to 40 years of age. It won't exist anymore. But he still has enough, I think, to get the job done against Keith Thurman. I'm not super convinced that Keith Thurman is back. I know it was his first fight back recently, but I thought the performance was weak. I really did. And I don't know. Not every top fighter can be good for 7 or 8 years. It doesn't work like that. Maybe we've seen the best of Keith Thurman. Maybe those performances against Danny Garcia and Sean Porter were the best of Keith Thurman, and now he's on the decline. We'll see. But it is a good matchup. It will be pay-per-view, and it will do good pay-per-view numbers as well. So Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, we are hearing for July, and potentially Errol Spence, Sean Porter for September. So 2 kind of semis, right? Again, what does this mean for Crawford? I don't want to think that Crawford won't fight any of these guys. That will be disappointing, but it won't shock me. If Terence Crawford is locked into one of those Bob Arum special contracts, kind of like Mikey Garcia was, we might not ever see Terence Crawford against the top 147 pounders, which would be unbelievably bad, right? Unbelievably bad. But unfortunately, that's boxing. That's definitely what happens when you sign contracts with Bob Arum. But what do you guys think about Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman? Happy, not happy? I'm happy, but just not ecstatic because I would have preferred to see Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. But still a good fight nonetheless. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.